How about those stocks?
Oh, I already ate, thanks. Dude!
What?
Dude!
What?
Dude! We just hit 34 subscribers.
Holy shit.
Hells yeah.
Here comes the money, 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 money.
Dollar, 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 dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, got the chatter. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter.
Money Monster is directed by Jodie Foster, and it stars George Clooney, Julia Roberts, and Jack O'Connell, and it tells the story of a financial TV show host who was held hostage by a viewer of his after he gambled away his entire life savings on a stock tip that was given to him on the show.
Yep, so overall I thought the movie was really well done. Great performances from the actors, great direction. The thriller tone of the film was really well portrayed, and there were moments in the film that really got your heart racing. There were a couple of issues, especially with the storyline and character introduction, especially for outside sources of characters who would play potentially a really important role.
Well, look, Zach, I'm really glad that you enjoyed it, because to be honest, I thought this movie was pretty terrible. Look, I agree with you. The performances are pretty good throughout. I think George Clooney and Julia Roberts, they've been they've been in a lot of movies together. They're supposed to be, they're playing these a producer and a TV show host. They're supposed to be close. You get the feeling they are close friends. However, I just thought this entire movie was so stupid and so dumb. Like, okay, when I'm watching a movie, one thing I like to think about is, okay, what would I be doing in this situation? And I always like to think
I totally agree with that.
I like to think that I make the smart decisions, but I feel like in literally every situation, so this is a hostage thriller. I thought in every single situation, every single character made the dumbest decision possible. There's this
Security guard?
Yeah, so like Jack O'Connell plays this, down on his luck. I think he's a truck driver, and he's obviously very temperamental. And throughout the entire movie, they're just constantly provoking him. They're doing such stupid things, and I think that comes down to the script. I think they're just written terribly.
Like, you have George Clooney, he's well paid, and then you've got Jack O'Connell, and he's, minimum wage, and they're trying to calm him down, but in doing that, they're really, trying to set him off.
All they're doing is, every single time they open their mouths towards him, it's only making matters worse, and it just made me frustrated watching this movie, because all I could think about was how stupid these characters were. This obviously is a movie about money, it's about Wall Street, and it is so on the nose. Like, literally, the Jack O'Connell character, every single line in this movie is exposed. Like, it's just this one, it's nothing but this exposition about, Wall Street, it's all corrupt, all the bad guys, the government's not doing anything, and it's like that's fine if you want to send that message, because it's probably a very true message, and one that is, a real problem in America, but it is so on the nose, and it is so, like, every single line is, these corporate bastards, they're screwing us over, and it's like, we get it.
Like, during the whole hostage situation, he also had the one tone set with his acting, which was kind of odd, but, I mean, he still did a really good job as, the guy who's terrorizing, trying to get back what's rightfully his.
I mean, I think he did fine. I mean, as far as I understand it, he's an Irish actor, and I thought he had a pretty convincing. He's like a New
I had
York.
no idea he was Irish.
Yeah, like I think he had a pretty good New York accent. It's very much New York accent.
Say that again?
No, I'll leave it there. Throughout the entire movie, the police are just making dumb decision after dumb decision. At one point he says, "If you guys use the PA system again, I'm going to shoot you." So the first thing that the chief of New York Police says is get us back on that. Get us back on that PA system. Who would rationally think that if he's literally just said, if you use the PA system, I'm going to shoot this guy in the head? Their best decision to quiet the situation is, let's shoot George Clooney in the chest, because that's going to solve the situation. They say at one point, he's got an 80% chance of living. So what they're potentially saying is, we're going to gamble this guy's life rather than evacuate. It takes them literally an hour and a half to evacuate the entire building.
Yeah. I mean, the guy does lock every entrance and exit, though.
But at the very beginning, Julia Roberts says, "Everybody get out," and then no one leaves for some reason. She goes, "Oh no, the camera guy, you have to stay." And it's like, why would you let the camera guy stay?
Just some decisions weren't necessary.
We're not going to spoil anything, but it's very distinct in the last 30 minutes what they do and where they go in the story. You had lots of real newscasters presenting, like short tidbits of news. It's supposed to be this real world scenario, and then in the last 30 minutes, this situation would never transpire in any rational world, which is, I don't mind. I'm willing to suspend my disbelief for a movie, but when you set it up in this, it's supposed to be this real world, authentic world, and then you do all this complete bullshit, it just ruins it for me.
There was also a situation that, an issue with the direction. They kept feeding you all these clues and spoilers,
It
and
was so on the nose.
it was, like, especially with the characters. Like, so there's an overall mystery they're trying to solve, who stole whose money, and what they do is they search, for the person, responsible for coding a program, and people that can help find the issue. And it's just really not necessary. Like, just give us the person when we need them.
But also on top of that, like, not only they had these really, like, they slam you over the head with these clues, but then at the same time, like, throughout the entire
There's
movie...
no explanation
But
for it.
throughout the entire movie, Julia Roberts is talking to George Clooney's character through an earpiece because she's a show producer. But then there are these moments where a character will come in, short of breath, and they'll be like, I'm going to tell you this really important thing, and then it'll intentionally not show you. That's just poor screenwriting. As Zach said, there is an overall mystery, but, I mean, Helen Keller could have seen this mystery coming. Literally, I think I not guessed it, but I knew what was going to happen within about 5 minutes of the situation starting when the Jack O'Connell character appears.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's not like there's like, I wonder who... Oh, it's a computer problem. It's, completely computer
It's a
problem.
glitch. Small issue I had with the film was that the intense scenes that were, really intense, that were really good, were, like, short-sighted by slow developments happening outside the building with the police. Like, it would be like, fast-paced, really intense, and then straight to the police, and you'd be,
It didn't quite balance the kind of intersecting storylines very well. But I mean, I didn't even find it that thrilling. I mean, Jodie Foster is a director. She's done some interesting films before. I feel like a better director could have done something more with this film. I think you've got the bare bones of an interesting story here, but it's just executed so poorly.
So with some really quirky scenes as well, I thought it was a watchable film. I would suggest seeing it.
I just didn't have a good time watching it at all. I was just so annoyed watching the entire movie. But look, I mean, there's stuff there for you to enjoy. So check it out if you're interested.
So if you like the review, please like, subscribe, and rewatch, and then share and like and stuff.
So next week we probably won't have a regular review because we've got a Sydney Film Festival coming up, and Zach's got Supernova. So look, we might have some bonus content to tie you over in the time being, but if not, we'll be back in 2 weeks to review Finding Dory, which should be really fantastic.
Just keep swimming.
See you guys next week.
Here comes the money.